As Imperial charged right at the wolf, the surrounding got tense. Everything slowed down. He felt the side of him, the adrenaline, rushing. Like he had said earlier at Comic-Con, life got boring. Well, this was the action he'd been looking for. With one fell swoop, he lashed his saber out, slashing against the wooden beast, the wooden abomination. And then it was dead. The pieces of wood simply fell on the floor. The wolf erupted, and it was as if it didn't exist in the first place.
Well, I was hoping... Well... I was hoping for more of a fight. This ain't didn't put up nothing.
Imperial could hear the sound of a lightsaber turning off. Well, regardless of a fight or whatever you wanted, we're still stuck in the fucking forest. If you haven't noticed, he said, walking up to him. And I'm still gonna say it was your fault.
Well, you agreed to it, so it technically is both of our faults.
Yep, it's my fault for listening to you. Most certainly, I will agree with that.
And also,
But
have I ever been wrong about stuff?
yes, you have been wrong, but not all the time, but I will not. But I'm going to say I have given you the benefit of the doubt. We're stuck out here. I don't even know. Okay, let's evaluate the situation very clearly. One, there's a wolf made of wood that just attacked us. Two, we're out in the middle of somewhere, and we don't know where. And if it's a wolf made of wood, it's a very high possibility that we may or may not be on Earth anymore.
True.
Foxen simply raised an eyebrow towards his friend, shook his head, and said, "And you're not panicked in the slightest?"
No, I am not. It's not every day that you get to wield a lightsaber around.
It's not every day we get stuck in a new environment where there could be possibly way more dangerous diseases that could kill us, far dangerous creatures that... We have sabers. That's all we have. I mean, fuck. We're not gonna survive.
Your lack of confidence does not persuade me to give up now. But there's a road right next to us, if you haven't seen.
Foxen turns and lo and behold, there's a road. He turns back, looks at Imperial and says, "Shut up."
I'm surprised they haven't even asked me how I even know this stuff. And why every single time we keep on finding new stuff where I can point out the obvious and you haven't seen it yet.
Well, I want you to feel special, he says. clasping both of his hands together in over-exaggeration.
Shut up. Let's just follow this road.
Foxen simply rolled his eyes and let out a hearty laugh and said, "All right, Cupcake, let's get moving," he said, and began walking. Imperial didn't know how, but he felt like he could sense things around him. He felt like he could sense tons of things. He felt something was alive. When he looked, lo and behold, there were birds flying above them. When he felt something to his right that was alive, he looked to his right, and lo and behold, there was deer. This was a totally new sense. And he could feel how things were feeling, as if he was connected to everything somehow. He could even feel Foxen, how he was feeling about probably this entire ordeal. Foxen turned and looked at Imperial and said, "Well, I guess it's peaceful out here. I guess it's all I can ask for."
Too peaceful in my taste.
Foxen stared at him and simply rolled his eyes and let out a small laugh. "Alright, don't jump the gun too far. You might not be able to turn around if you do."
I got us into this. I'm gonna jump the gun everything I see.
Foxen looked up and said, "It might get dark soon. I think we should find shelter."
You're right. I think we're right on the edge of the forest. But can't tell anymore. We're surrounded by a dark woods that I almost can't even see the sunlight.
Should we look around for a cave or something? That sounds like a good plan.
Yes, it might. But there could be something in there.
Well, we'll fucking kill it with our sabers. I mean, you seem overconfident, and that's spilling to me.
Overconfident can be our downfall, you know.
Oh, shut up. Let's just find some place to rest. My feet hurt.
My feet hurt too, you don't see me complain.
Foxen turned to him and said, "Alright. My muscles are sore from whatever the hell this is. And no, you know what? If we kill anything and we cook, I get to eat first."
Fine by me.
So what's the plan? Head in the forest and look for a cave, or follow the path?
I would like to get out of this forest as soon as possible. Something about it doesn't feel right.
Alright, let's head out of the forest. Yeah, man. Foxen conveyed, rubbing the side of his neck. As they walked out of the forest, they came into a clearing. It was bright, lush, rather beautiful. As the sun slowly began to sink down, he looked to his left and to his right, and he saw something. Imperial?
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll rest sooner than later.
What?
Foxen pointed his hand out, and lo and behold, when Imperial looked, it was a town.
Well, my young Padawan. No, my young apprentice. Let's get to this town and see what's up.
Imperial felt the back of his helmet get smacked.
Hey, what was that for?
Imperial, we're about to go into a settlement full of people. Let's set some ground rules. 1, don't act weird. 2, don't activate your lightsaber at all. Because, last thing we need is a bunch of... Well, I'm just going to assume that maybe... Well, okay, last thing we need is to scare these people. The village doesn't look too high-tech, so they probably only have pitchforks and swords and stuff like that. Alright?
Alright. But...
Last thing I want them to think we are is a bunch of witches or some crazy bullshit like that, and we get hanged.
One question. What's that giant castle in the middle of it?
Giant what? Oh. Yeah, but that would be a castle. Lo and behold, in the town, there was indeed a magnificent and large and rather marvelous castle. He shook his head and had to, pinch himself a few times. He said, let's just go. As they began getting closer, he noticed that the people in the distance looked like humans, but different. He looked to him, turned, and whispered in his ear, Imperial, these, whatever they are, they're obviously not human just from looking at them from this distance. We both have the same body figure, or shape, or whatever, but, we're obviously not like them, but they don't know that. Hey, we can practically blend in. We're wearing these suits, but forget about it. We'll just say we have a condition or something. Anyway, so, yeah, we can blend in. No need for anything to freak out. No need for anything. I just want food. And don't say a word about it. I want food.
Food you shall get.
He rolled his eyes and just began walking. As they approached the town, Oxen looked around to see if he could spot anyone that was close.
How about that cart that has apples?
Why not?
Wait.
He walked up to the cart, along with Imperial, and looked at the thing that was there. And was just looking at them, staring at the apples. Well, he decided to turn his visor down to make it look like he was staring at the apples, but in reality he was staring at the thing. He turned and poked Imperial in the ribs and said, so, fuck. And this is, damn it. He turned and looked at Imperial and said, I was wanting something else, but I guess apples were apples. He turned and said, hello, miss. How are you today? Miss? He finally realized that the thing in front of them was asleep. He was so stupid he didn't see the hat was slightly tilted down. He then knocked on the stand once, and the thing jumped in its sleep. It looked up and said, "Well, howdy there, partner. What brings you on down to my stand?" "Well, me and, my friend here are new to the town. Well, we were just wondering
Apples.
Oh, what was that, Imperial? I'm sorry.
Apples.
Foxon stared at them with a very blank face. Not that they could tell, of course, with the mask, but still stared. "Yeah, apples. Anyway, we're really new. We're foreigners. And, by the way, we wear this as it's a part of our culture." Applejack nodded her head in understanding. She had learned to be very accepting after the Zakor incident. Said, "Of course, partner. Now, you have any bits to pay for this, right?"
Unless you take quarters and dollars.
Yeah, see, where we come from far away. Our currency is very different. We don't have any money. She looked at the two and said, "Well, since y'all are new here, I guess I can, I reckon I can show you some Ponyville hospitality and Apple family hospitality." She handed both of us an apple. I stared, rather dumbfounded. Why would... Never mind.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway, never mind. Thank you. Really appreciate this. I'll find some way to repay you. I turned and walked away, grabbing Imperial's hand and dragging him along, because I knew he would act like a child either way. As we walked away, I looked at Imperial and said, "Well, I guess we have a snack to pass the time. What else? What are we supposed to do, Imperial? I don't know what to do or where to begin." His friend conveyed, and the distress could be very well told from his voice.
Well, this has been a venture of a lifetime, but we need one thing. But you won't agree with me.
What might that be?
An empire.
His friend didn't know what to say, and he said, "I'm sorry, what?"
An empire.
An empire. Why? Why do we need an empire?
We're the only two of our kind, aren't we?
Yes, but, I mean, there may be two of us, but why do we need an empire if there's two of us?
Well, if we have lightsabers that are from the Sith, we need to show our power.
He looked at him and said, yeah, I'm neutral. I'm gonna stay on the fence in this, buddy. Look, I'm not going to support you in your idea, but if shit does get crazy, I will help you. But if you go too far with this, I'm gonna back out.
What? Me go too far? Nah. If I go too...
Yes. You go too far. I've seen you do things before.
Like that time I pranked the delivery man by telling his tip was in the mashed potatoes?
I really don't know how you felt for that, but anyway, just because you're
Special?
Yeah, special. When it comes to something, you kind of jump the gun. Wow, damn, how many times have I said that today? No, you jumped the gun pretty much. And you really have no regard for anything besides yourself and having a kick-ass time. Even if someone gets hurt, you kind of neglect the fact. So I'm a little afraid that you'll go on the joyride, and if I get really fucked up, you'll forget about me.
You wanna know why I do that?
Why?
Because I had a terrible life. The only way for me to be happy was to block out all the pain and misery I was going through. But seeing this now, I might just go through it again. As I always say, keep a smile on your face. Never let no one know that you're sad. They'll use that against you. They'll destroy you.
Fox's demeanor shifted extremely. Imperial could sense a very strong feeling well up inside Fox, and something that he hadn't felt before, but it was very strong. And Foxen just stared at him, and just seemed that his posture sunk a little bit, but remained standing.
Either way, we need somewhere to stay. But try not to think about what I just said.
You want to camp out or something?
If this place is like anything in our world, camping out may just get us raped.
May get us what?
May just get us raped.
Yeah, I thought you said that. Anyway, he rubs his face and says, okay. I don't know. Foxen looks around and he says, hey, Imperial.
Yeah?
Look around for someone. Look around, see if we can find someone that can help us.
All I can see is pink.
What?
All I can see is pink in front of my eyes. Lots and lots of pink.
Foxen turned to see what he saw.
Foxen?
Yes?
All I can see is pink. And
that's because one of them is on you.
What the?
Foxen goes over and pulls the thing off of him and stares at her. Hi. You okay? He asks the pink, fluffy-haired, thing. He still didn't know what they were. Everything kind of slowed down, staring at this thing. Maybe it was because he was caught up in his thoughts, but he really stared at these things. They were similar, but different. He shrugged his shoulders and decided not to get too much on it. And everything seemed to return to normal.
I have no clue how she got on me, so I'm nicknaming her the Pink Devil.
Hello there, miss. What's your name?
Pinkie Pie. And yours?
Foxen. Nice to meet you, Pinkie, I said, holding out my hand for a shake.
Foxen?
Yes?
I don't know, but I don't think you should shake her hand. I know it's hospitality, but she looks like she's been on steroids.
Hey, Pinkie, you mind if I ask you a question?
Artichoke?
Me and my friend, we're out of town. We're not from around here. We're from somewhere far away. We're not natives. We're from a different culture. And we don't have anywhere to stay, and we don't have any money. Well, we do, but it's not the currency that's here. We were wondering if you could help us out.
You can stay at me at the Cakes.
Stay at the Cakes. Okay, I guess.
And also, I can show you a welcome to Ponyville party.
Will there be food? Foxen stepped forward, wrapped his arm around her shoulder, pulled her in, and said, "All right, now we're talking. Yeah, I'd love a party."
Will there be soda? I don't know. What type of soda do you guys drink? Mountain Dew. You, Foxen?
Whatever.
Yeah, I have no clue what he drinks. Just follow me, artichokes. Why is she gonna keep on calling us artichokes?
I don't know why she keeps calling us artichokes, but I don't really care. I'm following. Foxen says as he begins walking to Pinkie. It doesn't take long, but they get to the gingerbread house. Foxen decides not to question it and hopes Imperial does the same as they walk inside. Foxen looks around the restaurant and sees if there's anyone there, or if it's empty.
I have a weird feeling that something might go wrong here. What about you, Foxen?
Who knows?
Follow me!
Foxen continues following, smiling. As both Imperial and Foxen keep walking, they walk upstairs and go to the guest room, and she shows them around, gives them the full tour. They even get a few samples, and at the end, she says she's going to go rush off and tell Twilight, whoever that is, and she's out the door just like that, leaving Imperial and Foxen in the guest room together. Foxen turns, looks, and says, "Well, that went off fine."
Yeah, and you got a little frown on top of your head.
Foxen is dumbfounded and says, "What do you mean?"
The lizard kind.
Foxen looks up and reaches up, grabs, and pulls whatever's on his head off and looks. Oh, what is this?
I have no clue, but those eyes look like they can be put on cows. Oh.
Whatever. Fox goes and puts his thing down. Goes and takes off his bag, lays it down, and lays it in bed.
I don't know about you, Foxen, but I want to count up my silver I have on me. It might come in handy.
Cool, once you're done, you can help me out with something.
And that would be?
You can give me a back massage. Foxen says, laughing.
Keep on dreaming.
Okay, I'm going. Alright. I know. That was too big of a demand. Can you make me a sandwich?
She says that she was planning a party for us.
Yeah, I know. She rushed off and said she had to go tell Twilight about us. Maybe it's because we said we were from a different culture. I don't know.
I swear, if she asks me 1,000 questions, I'm out of here.
Alright, look, if they start asking us questions, I'll answer them, okay? You won't have to. Sound good?
I hope she doesn't ask why our masks are different.
I'll just say it's a sensitive subject about our culture.
Okay. As you watch Foxen sit there, you begin pulling out $50 coins right before the 1964s. You lost count of how many times you never leave your silver coins at home anymore after a certain incident was a bank from someone breaking into your house. After you were done counting the $50, you pulled out of your bag 1.5 pound silver bar. If this place does take silver, you would have a good estimate that you have probably around enough to get you and Foxen 2 nights in a hotel, if they do have hotels here, and about 6 meals?
Oxy just looked on in some form of amusement, smiling to himself, staring directly at the infamous Imperial Wish, and shook his head, rolling back over. You know, Imperial.
What?
What are we gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna start trying to do my Empire thing while you just stand there and be neutral.
Alright, how about before we do any of this, we should get some sleep.
Okay.
Foxon smiled to himself, went over, grabbed Imperial's helmet, and pulled it off.
Well, you took off my helmet.
Hey, Imperial.
What?
Foxon very quickly wrapped Imperial in a headlock and began by taking his fist, balling it, and then placing it on top of his head and running it back and forth really fast, giving him a noogie, laughing all the way.
No! Oh. Alright.
He smiled, saying, Okay, stop it. Alright. Sorry.
Do you know what could happen if a pony walked in? Oh, they look like ponies to me, to let you know. Some reason why. If one of them walked in and saw me without my helmet,
So he just took the helmet and put it right back on him. Alright, sourpuss. There you go. There's your helmet back on.
let's just get some sleep before the party tomorrow.